On this episode, I'm going to be showing you how to install a pre-hung door the easiest and strongest way. So stay tuned. Welcome to Fix This House. If you're new to the channel, please consider pressing the subscribe and notification bell so you could always be in tune on DIYs, how-to videos, and product reviews that I do within this channel. This is a 28-inch door. It does swing to the right, and it does require a 30-inch rough opening in an 82-inch height. The problem with my rough opening is it's at least 31 inches, and the height is really short. It's only ranging up to 80 and a half, and I do require 82, so I'm an inch and a half short. The good thing is that this 2x4 is not load-bearing. There is nothing supporting this. This side is supported, but I'm just going to cut that off so that I can make this a little higher, which will require and will meet our 82-inch height for that door. I'm just ripping off the surrounding drywall around this, and I'm going to be using my reciprocating saw to cut off this extra stud right here. And we're just going to use my pry bar and hammer it off. So it's very easy. I'm using my reciprocating saw that cuts through the nails, so I don't have to struggle and cut these off. And I'm just going to pry it and take this out so I can have that 82-inch clearance for the height of the door. So once this is off, I'm going to take out the remaining drywall that's going to be interfering in the way. I'm going to shave it down and trim it. So I'm going to take my pre-hung door and I'm going to do a dry fit to make sure that it is nice and it fits. And I'm going to take this 3/4 inch plank wood, cut it into size, and I'm going to use this as a filler piece because my width of my rough opening is a little wide. Got my little man helping me here. Always could count on my little man there. And I'm going to, place it right against so that I can shrink up the width of this rough opening. Then I'm just going to secure this with some brad nails using my nail gun. And on the bottom of the door jamb, there is this factory plastic underneath there. Take those off. You don't need that. And it's very important that you use your level to make sure that this rough opening is up to level. And as you can see, it is a little bit off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using some shims to fix that problem. Take 2 shims together and you're just going to slide it each together like this. The reason why you slide it like this is so that it doesn't bow to the left or to the right, or it doesn't lean to the left or the right. And once you do that, you found your perfect spot. I'm going to position these mostly onto where the door hinges are so that it'll be nice and secured and it is stronger in those areas. So I'm going to place that on the bottom hinge, on the top hinge as well, near that top hinge area of the door. Do the same thing. Use my leveler. Make sure that it is nice and leveled. And I'm just going to brad nail that temporarily. Now, use your level and make sure that it is nice and leveled now. Then I'm going to flip the door, and this is a factory stopper right here. It prevents the door from swinging. It's attached to the door jamb. Easy plastic stuff. Just take it, unscrew that off and take off this. You don't need this anymore, so just dispose of it. So you have 2 options. You can either install this door with the door attached to the door jamb, or you can just attach the door jamb and the door later on. I'm going to try it with the door still installed with the door jamb. As you can see, it's very hard. I actually startled my wife here. She wasn't expecting me firing that brad nail. But as you can see, I'm playing with it and roughing it up, but it's just I'm having a hard time. If you can do this more, kudos to you. I prefer taking the door off and installing the door jamb first. And yes, I am wearing house slippers and Costco socks, so if you ever need me to do any renovating in your home, I will show some love and respect to your flooring. It's gonna align this with the drywall. I'm just using my square to make sure that it's flush with the drywall on the front, and I'm gonna check for the level on the floor. This is a finished floor, so I'm okay. I am a little bit off, so I'm going to be using my shims and placing that on one side of the door jamb so that it meets the requirement to make it nice and leveled. Now adjust this accordingly. You might even have to put a shim on the other side as well, but for me, I'm good with this setup. And I kind of pulled out the door jamb forward a little bit so I can place my level, and it is nice and leveled right now. Now take that up, and I'm going to push back the door jamb inside and push it so that it's nice and leveled with the drywall. Now I'm going to be using some drills so that I can do some pilot holes before I insert this 3-inch screws. Make sure you use 3-inch screws because this actually is the old school way, and it's a lot stronger using the general screws like this. So once that's positioned, I drilled the hole. I'm going to drive this into the stud itself. So that's pretty much it. Once that's driven in, move on to the middle side and make sure you check for level before you actually do that. So just constantly take your level, go back and forth, and constantly check it, and make sure that you use your square or straight edge to make sure that it's nice flushed with your drywall. Now you're gonna pre-drill those holes. I'm using 2 sizes. The other one is for the screw head so that it sinks nice and perfectly inside there. Now don't worry about these holes. I am going to be filling these up later on with wood filler to cover them and make them disappear. Okay, so drive in those 3-inch screws in there, and again, take your time, no rush for this. The very important part of this is that it's nice and leveled so that your door swings nice and perfect. You can use either oscillating tool, but you can use the easiest way to do this is using your utility knife. Score the face of the shims and just kind of pop it back, and it should snap off like that, easy. So yeah, it's easy as doing about 2 to 3 runs and then just snapping that piece out. Maybe you don't even need to cut it out, but you can just knock it out like that. Now I'm going to position now my door. A very, very helpful tool to make this so it's nice aligned with those existing screws is I'm going to be using my air shim. This air shim is super helpful, and I love using this thing. I'm just going to place this underneath the door. This is great if you're working by yourself and you don't have someone holding it while you use your while you screw in those hinges, but you just place it underneath the door, pump it. This is good for 300 pounds. And as you can see, it is lifting it, and you can adjust it to the height that you need. Once it meets up, then you can start screwing it in. But I would screw this in lightly. Don't screw it all the way so that you can have some playroom so that the other hinges will nice and align. Once that's done, screw everything in and then test fit this out. We're moving on to the latch side now of the door. Now we're going to start shimming this piece. Now this is most likely just trying to figure out where the shims will be. I place one up all the way there by the ceiling or on the very top of the door jamb so that we can have that nice stability of the door. Then like what you did before, you're going to use your square and you're going to flush that with the existing drywall, and you're just going to constantly go back and forth trying to find that sweet spot where the door opens up real nice, and so that you have the reveal of the door line up later, which I'll show you in a bit. Now this area was a little it needs a little more thicker of a filler or thicker of shim, but I finally figured out where it was. But I do place it right where the latch is at so that it'll be nice and closed off when I do put my door latches and my doorknobs and everything. It's nice and solid there. You don't have to put it there, but that's where I choose to. I added some extra shims as well, and then I brad nailed those. But for the main ones, like the top, the bottom, and the middle, I am going to be using my 3-inch screws. So there you go. I'm drilling out my pilot holes first, and then I'm going to put in my 3-inch screws right after. Right after I actually drill a little bit of the face off so that those screw heads would sink there nice and perfect. Okay, now this one sank a little deeper, so right when you screw that in, test it out. If it sinks deep, then you can always go back like what I did here, and I kind of went a little bit in reverse so that door jamb would actually go back a little bit to make it even with throughout my whole door reveal. And the bottom out turned out pretty well. Now this area was a little thick. I couldn't cut it with my utility knife. It would be a little hard, so I used my oscillating tool because this one the shims went past a little bit and I couldn't snap those little pieces off. But for the remaining ones, you can use your utility knife and you can score those and then snap those back easy, just like that. Once you're done, use your leveler. Make sure that everything is nice and good. This one is nice and leveled. Going to the other side, it is leveled as well, so that's good. We don't have to make any more adjustments, and that's how easy it is, friends. And you can see that the reveal right there where the door and the door jamb meets, that's the reveal right there. It is nice and even all throughout. It's about an 1/8 inch gap all throughout the surrounding, which is what I want. If you want a little bit wider, it's totally up to you, but that's how I want it. So that's perfect. Now we're ready to install those door casing later on. You can install this with your door casing, but that's a different video. But I'm just showing you how easy it is. You can use and actually install these pre-hung doors with ease and built it strong. So if you found this video helpful, please hit that big thumbs up, subscribe, notification bell. You know, this will withstand any heated argument in the future. This will stand to last. So thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you next time.